Good morning from Lindsborg. We're live from Lindsborg as I promised last week, and we're going to begin to, as I told you last week, we're going to be sharing stories from Lindsborg and things that you may know or you may not know. And today, I don't think you're going to know this part. You can tell where I am today. I'm at the Hemslojd, the dollar horse factory, as you can see in the background, and I'm a little bit behind the scenes, which typically you don't get to come back here and maybe see all of this, but I'm going to take you even further into the Hemslojd, into what I'm just going to call the belly of the Hemslojd, go a little bit farther back. And we're going to learn about a process that goes on here at the Hemslojd that most of you probably aren't aware of. And I'm going to have Tom Jaderborg, who's one of the employees here, share with you a little bit more about the etching business at the Hemslojd and what that's about. And Tom, I'm going to flip the camera around so people can see you, and you can go ahead and get started.
Certainly. Good morning, everyone. My name is Tom, as she said, and most of you probably don't realize that we do a tremendous amount of glass etching that ends up all over the world, really. Most people think we probably just etch glass for our gift shop. For example, right now I'm etching an 800-piece job for the Navy, which will go to a naval station. So yeah, we etch glass and have it go all over the world, and it's an amazing process. It all starts with the customer contacting me with their artwork, or sometimes I have to build and design a logo from scratch. Either way, it starts with the artwork, and that's the most important part. If the artwork isn't good, the end result of the etching isn't so good.
So Tom, if I were just to send you a design that I thought I wanted on cups for, say, a family reunion or for my wedding or whatever, you're telling me that you would be able to take that design and put it on some type of glassware?
Certainly, absolutely. So what I do is I take your image and I put it into a program called Adobe Illustrator, and I turn it into vector art. From there, I get the most detail and the best quality etch possible.
Okay. So do you want to show us what you're doing this morning? I think I'd like to see more about this process.
So
I've never watched you do this.
Once the artwork is done, and this is a job I did for NASA, it's almost a photographic process. And after I've done the artwork, I create which is actually called a negative, from which a stencil is made that goes on the glass. And you can see this glass has been etched. But there's a green piece of film here. It's called photoresist. It's a amazing technology that allows us to do great detail with our etching. And you can see all the detail and fine text.
Yeah. So seriously, like all of that fine detail will come out in this?
It will come out.
Okay, wow. That's amazing.
This technology didn't exist when the founders of this business started. They were using brass stencils that were made in Kansas City. This system is the most advanced, really, in the world, being what they call a photoresist process. And if you want to come over here, I will actually etch a glass.
Okay. It's a little bit loud, but we're going to watch. We're not going to have to listen too much right now.
The machine is loud. I do.
Okay, we're going to walk right over here and just watch what you're doing.
Here's our glass that's been prepped. It's ready for etching. We have to tape off the sides, protect the glass. So this dark area here is going to etch. The light green area, the sand is not going to penetrate.
Okay.
So that's how that's done. So I'll go ahead and etch. We're using silicone carbide, so it's not really sand, it's silicone carbide, which is the metal.
Okay.
Very fine, 180 grit. So I'll go ahead and start the machine. You can see how the process goes. The abrasive is moving at about 100 miles an hour.
Wow.
I wear a glove because the spray works to hit me is very hot.
Oh, interesting. So this really takes some expertise. Like I'm not sure anybody could do this because you can get it too deep, possibly.
If a mistake is made, you can't go back.
Yeah.
So if one of these letters blows out or there's a problem, it's done. You have to throw the glass away. So it does take some time to learn how to use this machine. Well, if we're doing 800, we're doing these all individually. I load this cabinet up with as many glasses as I can, usually about a dozen. And we just go through the process of one to the next one. So it's a complete hands-on process.
Nothing automated at all. So this is, again, very much like making dollar horses almost, in that it's a craft.
It's craft.
It takes some talent to do.
And each glass is handled about 5 times. So,
Wow.
After this, they have to be washed by hand, dried, placed back into their shipping container, and then we ship them
Wherever
out.
they need to go.
The other day, I sent 400 high-end water bottles to San Francisco, and we shipped by UPS and also by what they call LTL freight. So it goes on a pallet. So
You can take large
Right.
quantities. So from what you just told me, I'm going to assume that you can etch things that are not just glass.
we can etch on metal surfaces like stainless steel.
So like water bottles and things like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
anything. Even granite, marble can be etched.
Oh, wow.
Any substrate that will break away from, from its substrate, we can etch.
And you can do a custom order for us. That is fantastic.
Yes.
Well,
Almost everything we do is custom. It has to be either a company's logo that already exists. For example, Delta Airlines is one of our customers. NASA is the one.
yeah, so you do a lot of really big projects. Well, I'm excited. This was fun for me to get to learn because I didn't know anything about it.
Yeah, most people don't realize what we do back here. But
No,
it's
no.
fun. I did a job for Netflix in December.
How fun is
going
that?
to be in a movie. And,
So I'm going to leave now, and we're going to tell Tom goodbye. And I'm going to be telling you to watch later today, and I'm going to be sharing with you some photos of some of the etched work that you can purchase just one of here at the Hemslojd. I'm also going to grab a cup, and I'm going to take it back to my office and have some hot tea this morning. So we will see you later. Signing off from Lindsborg. We'll see you next week.